Hello, one great Earth. Currently looking at a fire called the Smokehouse Creek Fire, reported by the Texas Interagency Coordination Center. At approximately 2:20 p.m. on February 26, 2024, Texas A&M Forest Service received requests for assistance for a wildfire in Hutchinson County. Texas A&M Forest Service crews are working in unified command with local resources. Fire ignited 1 mile north in Sinnott, Texas, and east of Highway 207, with initial fire behavior reported as extremely active in tall grasses due to high winds and low relative humidity. Winds gusting over 40 to 50 miles per hour pushed the fire east from Highway 207, approximately 30 miles, to Highway 70 north of Pampa, Texas. Heavy equipment and fire engines on scene are focusing on life safety and the safe creation of containment line. Additional resources have been requested and are inbound. This is a wildfire in North Texas. While I do not have any satellite imagery that shows the wildfire, actually, let me check. I did not check Sentinel-3 imaging. Also, we can check carbon, such other levels in the air. Either it's cloud obstructed or it's just not picking up the fire. You'd expect to see it because, you know, it's a relative small window to usually catch a wildfire that's burned and run its course or continue to burn, but not in a large way like a forest fire burns from top to bottom, so you'd be able to see the height of the fire. This is the 24th. Let's go to wow. This is from Fox 13 Seattle.
Well, caught on camera.
A fire crew in Texas drives through roaring flames during a massive fire. Now, there isn't any audio here, but you can only imagine and see the seriousness of what they are experiencing. The Smokehouse Creek wildfire is spreading across.
That's the one that we're talking about too. Just clicked on it.
Terrible conditions there, and it has burned.
Let's do that again.
Of what they are experiencing. The Smokehouse Creek wildfire.
Smokehouse Creek wildfire, over 500,000 acres.
Terrible conditions there, and it has burned over 850,000 acres of land so far. It's one of the largest wildfires in state history, and many people who live nearby have had to pack up and
one of the largest wildfires in state history.
Absolutely unreal, and that the wind, I'm guessing they said 70 miles an hour. it seemed to remove the ash from the fire as it went. And we went through, I bet, 30 miles of what I can only describe as a lunar landscape, just absolute barren desert.
Officials say at least one person has died, and they are assessing the damage and working to relocate neighbors who lost their property. At last check, the fire is only 3% contained.
Let's go to the last hour so we can find. There we go. WFA.
Not a breaking news in the Texas Panhandle. Tonight, the Smokehouse Creek fire has consumed more than a million acres. Larger than
1 million acres. I have to change my 1 million acres. That is insane for Texas. That is monstrous.
larger than
Over 1 million acres now. I had to double check that.
Dallas and Tarrant County combined.
And this afternoon, we learned that a second person has been killed. Matt Howerton is on the road headed to the Panhandle and joins us live near Amarillo. Matt, you just got off the phone with fire officials. What did they tell you?
Well, Cynthia, we already know this is the largest wildfire in state history. Today, though, provided a little bit of relief. It's been a little bit quieter fighting all of these blazes out in the Panhandle than it had been previously a few days earlier, and that's thanks to cooler temperatures. The wind gusts were a lot lower, and also we had some rain and sleet in this area, and a little bit of snow even too, to help actually pack a punch into the firefighting. But it's not going to last for long. Tomorrow, warmer temperatures return, and also the chance for higher winds, they also return as well. So everyone is preparing for that. We just learned a few moments ago that Governor Greg Abbott is going to be in the Panhandle tomorrow to survey the damage that was left behind by a lot of these fires. He was down at the border with President Trump earlier today, but tomorrow he will be here with state and local officials. He has signed disaster declarations for so much of this area, and people will definitely need the state's help here. They have a lot of questions surrounding the short term of their lives when it comes down to, hey, do we stay here? Do we rebuild? Do we move on? And also, this is a big area for farming and ranching. A lot of Texas's beef production is here in the Panhandle, and a lot of folks are not going to be able to provide any sort of grazing to their cows right now because most of their lands are charred to a crisp. So there's a lot to take in here, but it's a very critical incident and moment for everyone up here in the Panhandle, and they're just waiting for some relief. They got a little bit of it today. That could change tomorrow, and we're waiting for that containment number to grow, and it's nowhere near where it needs to be. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. You know, the folks in the Panhandle need our
Wildfire scorching the Texas Panhandle.
KPRC.
The largest in the state.
This is absolutely astounding.
More than 1 million acres. That's an area larger than the
1
state
million
of Rhode
acres.
Island.
KPRC2 has eyes on the ground tonight. Our Gage Golding joining us live now from the town of Fritch with some new details. Gage, tell us what you've learned so far today.
We know that this fire just continues to grow despite temperatures this morning being well below freezing. That fire sweeping through this area just a few days ago, destroying nearly everything in its path. But the beautiful thing out of this entire situation, yes, this structure is destroyed. If you look on my other side here, this home is still standing. It's something that's really important to see, that this fire seemingly picks and chooses what it destroys, leaving some parts of the grass and fields there. But if you look beyond it in the background, there's other parts of the hills that are scorched. Firefighters here today working to make sure that no more of this area is burned.
Tonight, firefighters working overtime, doing everything they can to get ahead of the flames still burning through the frigid cold.
The snow is actually helping us. I didn't expect to come from Houston, Texas and fight fire in the snow.
Snow overnight helping slow the fires. The Smokehouse Creek fire is now the largest ever in Texas history, just shy of 1.1 million acres. Here in Fritch, Texas, the Windy Deuce fire claiming dozens of homes along this road alone. Firefighters from the Houston area here to make sure these flames don't rekindle again.
We need to make sure that the fire is completely out. It's a bad situation, and we don't want to make the situation worse, but not hit these spots right here that you see still burning.
Just 2 days after the fire tore through this area, people are slowly coming home. That is, if they have a home to come back to.
The only thing it did to the house, we got hot enough it melted that vinyl siding. And there's no luck to it. I'm blessed. The good Lord took care of me.
Where we are at currently, this is the Windy Deuce fire at 150,000 acres. The Smokehouse Creek fire burning almost 1.1 million acres so far, the largest in Texas history. Tomorrow, guys, this is what they say tomorrow, the key point. If these prime conditions for fires exist, we can see these problems exacerbate once again.
just realized my microphone was muted. Let's see. Let's go back over to what was being talked about. Because we were listening to news reports regarding this 1.1 million acre fire that's burning throughout northern Texas. Massive. No, I don't want to make any assumptions what I think might be fire or not. But a lot of people that were just tore apart in northern Texas, 1.1 million acres, and it's still 0% contained. It is terrible. Right. I want to make sure I didn't leave anything else out. Talked about the article declaration of disaster between so many different counties that has been, but this is 1.1 million acre now fire. You don't see it anywhere. Normal purposes, normal means of viewing wildfires that we have, but we know it's big. And it's moving like a firestorm. It's going through areas, destroying it, instead of this big hulking mass that's just getting bigger and bigger. You know, it's 1 million acres burned. It's not 1 million acres are burning. It's not giant hulking fire. And it's not, it doesn't have the height of trees. All right. Please take care. Be safe.